we are going to talk a little bit about improper integrals, which are a special type of integral. An improper integral is an integral with a limit of integration that is either a form of infinity or a value of x where the integrand has a vertical asymptote. And in order to evaluate improper integrals, we must rewrite them as the limit of a definite integral. So in order to do this, people need to have knowledge of limits in order to evaluate improper integrals, and sometimes we will need to use L'Hopital's rule to evaluate the integrals, but not always. So I'm just going to show a quick example of an improper integral. This integral here, the integral from 1 to infinity of 1 over x dx. The reason that this is an improper integral is because one of the limits of integration is infinity. And if we were to write this as the limit of a definite integral, what we would do is we would write the limit as b approaches infinity. The variable you choose does not really matter, but you should probably choose something that would make sense. For example, you wouldn't want to choose x because that's the variable you're integrating with respect with. Of the integral from 1 to b of 1 over x dx. This is how you would rewrite that improper integral as the limit of a definite integral. And something about improper integrals that is important is they can either converge or diverge. Now, a convergent improper integral is an improper integral that actually is equal to a value, meaning after you integrate the integrand and apply the limit, you will get a defined number as an answer, whereas a divergent improper integral will be a form of infinity. In other words, you'll integrate the integrand, but then when you apply the limit, you will get a form of infinity as your final answer. So that is called a divergent improper integral. And in other lessons, improper integrals will be covered in more detail, but they're covered in this lesson briefly because you may need to apply L'Hopital's rule when applying the limit after integrating the integrand. So that is some information about improper integrals.